Welcome to this episode of Dread Captures, the ultimate destination for those who seek the thrill of witnessing the unexplained. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the most compelling and jaw-dropping camera footage we can find. Trail cameras, security cameras, and other recording devices can capture events that occur when no one is around. Sightings of wild animals, cryptids, paranormal activity, mysterious creatures lurking in the shadows, to strange phenomena that defy explanation. We have it all. Our team of experts scours the internet and beyond to bring you the latest and greatest in the world of wildlife and the unknown. So whether you're a seasoned cryptozoologist, a veteran outdoorsman, or just a curious viewer, buckle up and get ready for an adventure like no other. Now, let's get into the captures. A video posted by the channel Long Island Bigfoot reportedly shows a Bigfoot toughing out a snowstorm in the woods near a trail. As you'll see, the visibility isn't great, and honestly, I just can't see it, but I feel like I'm in the minority. All of the commenters on the video are like, amazing, awesome capture, incredible, unreal. But I'm having a hard time. I mean, I can kind of see something moving around through the snow and trees, almost directly in the middle of the screen, but in my opinion, it could be anything. However, I'm not the professional with the trained eye, so take that for what it's worth. And plus, my eyes were basically crossed. I watched this video so many times. Anyhow, the OP said he went and checked the area after he confirmed the Bigfoot had left, and there were downed trees blocking the trailhead that looked like they had been purposely put there. I doubt someone would be out there doing that in that weather. Recently, in an undisclosed area of the Canadian woods, an incredible and terrifying sight was captured by a trail camera on a dark and snowy night. With trail cams, we can now witness the thrill of seeing these fearsome creatures up close, without any of the dangers typically involved. And certainly not something one would want to stumble upon during a hike. More often than not, trail cameras capture fleeting images of a lone wolf, maybe two, silently traversing the wilderness. Rarely do we get the chance to witness an entire pack going about their business out in the untamed wild. Luckily, someone managed to capture this amazing, magical moment in this footage. More than a dozen very, very large wolves can be seen in this footage, carefully and purposefully trekking through the white snow in a perfect line. These wolves are likely part of a very large pack that is hiding somewhere else, as these are all big adult specimens that are probably on or in the middle of a hunt. It's amazing to watch them on the move. Despite the thick, crunchy snow and all the brush around them, the impressive pack moves silently through the night, making barely any noise. This is truly a special and breathtaking sight, and I pity whomever they have their sights locked in on. After hearing rumors of a massive mountain lion roaming his area, a man decided he might try to lure him in. He set up one of his trail cameras and strung up a bait bag. The bait bag consisted of old meat trimmings that he knew for sure would attract any wild animals in the area. But what showed up wasn't what he bargained for. A person came into view. The owner of the video mentioned that the creepiest part of all of this is that his home is located in a very remote location. From the looks of it, this person looks homeless, but that's all I can really tell from the video. Of course, it could be a hoax. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think about this one. This clip here is rather eerie. Owners of an abandoned property set up a trail camera with views directly on this small bridge, the only way in or out. They set up the camera after a rather traumatic situation had occurred between some kids a few weeks before. But this week, what the trail camera captures is equally disturbing. Some type of creature has jumped / fallen off this ledge and into the water. What the heck is that thing? The original uploader mentioned it being a ghost. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I see a tail swimming. Kinda looks like a mini alligator. And is that face just photoshopped on there? I don't know, maybe I'm just seeing it wrong or I'm missing something. I feel like this is someone trying to make a normal creature into something it isn't. But with that being said, I can't even make out what the normal animal should be. Let me know if you guys can figure this one out. In October of 2021, a Redditor using the username LoveIsEvilXanax shared 2 photographs taken from a trail camera. The caption explained that the camera was set up at the Redditor's grandparents' abandoned house, where strange occurrences had been reported. The camera takes 3 photos when motion is detected, and the strange humanoid figure in the photograph happens to only appear in one of the 3 pictures. This has led to much debate among users about the identity of the figure, with some even suggesting that it may be a ghost or some other supernatural entity. The Redditor went on to provide more information about the location of the house, which is allegedly near a Native American burial ground. The Redditor's uncle, who had set up the camera, had experienced other strange occurrences in the past, such as seeing animals or dark figures in unusual places. The Redditor and their father had also experienced something strange just days before the photograph was taken. They actually heard 3 loud stomps in the woods near the location of the camera, but could never figure out where they came from. The mystery of the photograph and the strange occurrences has captured the imagination of many users. Most have suggested a range of theories about the identity of the figure, including ghosts, time travelers, and aliens. However, as of yet, there is no concrete evidence to support any of these theories. Nevertheless, the photograph has reignited interest in the debate about the existence of the paranormal. What do you guys think this could be? Has anyone seen this creepy video? It was published by the Athens, Georgia Public Utilities Department, while filming a promo video to explain the destructive effects of foreign objects in the sewer system. However, as the camera moves through the drain, it seems to capture something rather startling. What looks like a hand reaches up towards the camera's lens. To this day, the Public Utilities Department has no way of explaining this eerie hand. Some viewers think it's some sort of mutant creature. Others are listing it as a simple bullfrog. I'll let you be the judge. On October 19, 2019, Reddit user Native Meraki discovered an eerie photo on his trail camera. The camera was located on his remote 5-acre property, and the photo depicted a woman in a long white dress walking through that property. She was dressed in period clothing with a featureless and transparent head. A creepy fact is that the previous owner's ashes had been spread on this property, leading some of the family to speculate that the apparition could be that of the previous owner. While the true nature of the image is unknown, it has left a lasting impression on this family and community, with many wondering if it is a genuine ghost caught on camera. But if it's not, who is the lady in the white dress? One of the strangest phenomena regularly captured by trail cams are inexplicable floating orbs, which appear in the next few clips. And we are no closer to solving this mystery now than when it was first captured on trail cameras. Some believe it might be an alien apparition or a ghoulish floating light, while skeptics try to explain the orbs away as dust particles or bugs. However, when the footage is compared and analyzed, Scientists are still stumped as to what could be causing these floating lights. These orbs are one of the most puzzling and strange trail cam mysteries that we have still not been able to crack. The shining orbs immediately catch your eye, and their perfect shape and strange movement make it hard to see how bugs could be responsible for these obscure lights. Many wonder if there are more out there, and we just don't catch them because they're not on camera. We see the ones that are on trail cameras because the animal has triggered the photo or the video. Maybe these orbs are all around us. This cool footage caught on a farmer's trail camera shows a fox enjoying his front row seat to a badger fight. The badgers appear unaware that the fox is even there. They're so caught up in their tussle. And the fox seems intent on watching the brawl and no intention of moving. This is some of the most up close and personal cam footage we have seen, and it's unique moments like this that make trail cameras so awesome. The encounter also shows how the apparent personalities of animals can be when they are caught in candid moments like these. The encounter also shows the personalities of different animals, especially when they are caught in candid moments like these. This is a pretty scary encounter caught on camera here. A 20-something daughter was house sitting for her parents when they went out of town. Their house is in the woods with not many neighbors, but also not completely desolate. Nevertheless, they installed cameras for when their daughter isn't available to house sit, a few outside and one in the home. On the second day the daughter was there while she was out working. After her shift, she noticed she had some missed calls from her mom, and later a text message. Well, the text message was actually a video, and here's what it showed. Out of nowhere, a huge black bear jumps down into the living room, which is completely insane. He looks so comfortable, and even when he puts his paws on the piano and it makes a noise, he isn't even startled. Listen to this.
He didn't flinch or anything. He didn't get scared from the huge noise that it made or anything.
The bear didn't even flinch or get scared from the noise. No one could believe it was real. However, the daughter did begin to realize that if she had been home only 20 minutes earlier, she could have walked in and the bear could have been there. Seeing the video really made it hit home to her about how dangerous this situation really was. The American black bear can weigh up to 550 pounds and may attack if surprised. They might not necessarily seek out confrontation, but if he felt startled and trapped and viewed her as a threat, things could have ended very badly. Man, what a crazy video. Seriously, what if she would have been home, relaxing on the couch or taking a midday nap? It's a scary thought to think about, but I'm just glad everyone is okay. On August 16th of 2021, Reddit user Typheus Oz shared a photograph captured on a remote property in Sweden, depicting a strange black figure standing near a feeding station. The figure appears to be oblong in shape with small legs and feet. While several additional images of the area were shared by the uploader to show it in both daylight and at night, none of those photos featured the mysterious black shape. The figure has prompted speculation from many, with some suggesting it could be Pesta, a deadly icon from Scandinavian folklore. Pesta is often depicted as a haggard old woman dressed in black, carrying a broom or rake. She roams the countryside spreading disease and death. While it seems unlikely that the figure in the trail cam photo is Pesta, as the typical depiction of Pesta is an old woman, the photo remains a mystery and has people both fascinated and terrified of the unknown. Michael has compiled almost 45 minutes of video into this clip, and I suggest you go check out his channel and watch it. I only pulled a few pieces that I thought were interesting, but you can see all sorts of animals. Deer, squirrels, hogs, armadillos, coyotes, possums, birds, etc. We've featured him on this channel before and he has awesome footage. It really is just incredible to see how many different animals frequent this wallowing hole. It's fascinating. They all come at different times too. Anyhow, check his channel out. He has an amazing spot right here. A homeowner recently shared some unsettling security footage. In the video, a woman can be seen wandering around the property, looking lost and disoriented. She moves without purpose, wandering aimlessly for several minutes, seemingly unsure of where she's headed. It's important to note that Rainey's property isn't just any regular plot of land. It's nestled in a remote mountainous area, far removed from neighboring homes and major thoroughfares. On the night the footage was taken, the weather was particularly cold. It's puzzling to think why anyone would choose to wander around in such inhospitable conditions. In another segment of the video, the woman is seen clutching her arm, either because of an injury or perhaps as a protective gesture. Strangely enough, she doesn't appear to be seeking help. She doesn't call out to anyone or knock on any doors, despite seeming distressed. Rainey, puzzled and concerned, decided to share the video online. The hope is that someone might recognize the woman or shed light on the mysterious situation. After all, it's not every day you see someone wandering aimlessly on a cold night in a remote area, especially without seeking assistance. Let me know what you guys think about this. At first I thought it was going to be more sinister. Now I'm leaning towards someone that might have had a few too many cocktails. In a video shared by a man named Roger, we get a glimpse of his day spent gardening. It started as just another ordinary day, but in a twist of events, it took a turn that could have had serious consequences. Roger is seen suddenly falling to the ground, seemingly without any clear cause. But is that really the full story? If you pay close attention to the rock next to Roger's foot, you'll notice something peculiar. Just as Roger is about to take a step, the rock shifts on its own, seemingly without any external force. It's almost as if something invisible nudged it. This unexpected movement led to Roger's unfortunate fall and subsequent injury. Many viewers have put forth theories to explain the mysterious movement of the rock. Some suggest it might have been caused by a string attached to Roger's shoe, pulling the rock out from under him. However, this theory was promptly refuted by the person who uploaded the video. Another theory that has gained traction is a more supernatural one. Some believe that a poltergeist, a ghost or spirit known for causing physical disturbances, could be the culprit. These entities, as often described in folklore and stories, are believed to be capable of not only moving objects, but also causing more direct harm, like pinching, biting, or even tripping people. So the question remains, what really caused the rock to move under Roger's foot? Whether it's a simple explanation or something more eerie, the incident surely captured the curiosity of many. Next, we have a clip of none other than our favorite legendary primate. The creature seems to believe it is hidden in the trees as it watches hikers pass by. The moment it realizes the camera is on it, the creature swiftly disappears into the brush. But before it goes, we can get a clear look at its long brown hair and ape-like face. Like many other videos of Bigfoot we feature here, the creature wants to avoid humans at all costs. This is likely why it has been so difficult to capture irrefutable evidence of one. They don't want to be found. These creatures are extremely intelligent. It has been theorized that they live in small communities and either bury or cremate their dead, making it nearly impossible to find a Bigfoot carcass to study. Now that's definitely an interesting train of thought. Let us know your ideas on the matter. Our next submission is a rather frightening still image. This image didn't come with any context, so we have to examine it and judge for ourselves what is going on here. We are either looking at three humans in elaborate costumes or some type of dark forest creatures. If they are human, are they simply posing for a scary photo? Or could we be looking at costumes from a pagan ritual? Or perhaps they are shamans dressed to invoke the spirit of the forest? But what if they aren't actually even human? Could these be guardians or spirits that inhabit the forest? And if they are, what are they doing exposing their existence to someone with a camera? Every major culture has some incarnation of a forest spirit. They might have different names across different folklores, but they all have similar characteristics. If these beings were simply myth, then why do so many ancient cultures speak of their existence? The story behind this image is difficult to put together without more information. Maybe these beasts are simple scarecrows meant to ward off predators. The theories are endless. Let us know what you think about this image down in the comment section. This next video has been making the rounds on social platforms, and it's one you've got to see to believe. It was captured by a security camera right inside the mayor's office in Armenia, Colombia. Now, as you watch this video, pay close attention to the security guard. This guy is not messing around. He's using his flashlight to scan the area meticulously, leaving no stone unturned. He's obviously on high alert, doing his job to keep the place secure. But then, out of absolutely nowhere, something you can't see hurls him against a wall with such force that the wall itself, which isn't exactly built like a fortress, gets damaged. I mean, we're talking about an impact that makes you wince just watching it. Now, it gets weirder. As the security guard tries to get back on his feet, it looks like something invisible is pinning him down. It's as if he's wrestling with thin air. But he's not alone for long. Two of his co-workers rush in to help him out, clearly shocked at what they're seeing. Afterward, the security guard is visibly shaken. And who can blame him? He's convinced that a ghost attacked him. But get this, the mayor, his boss, also believes that something supernatural is going on. He even said that this isn't the first time someone on his team has reported a paranormal experience in that office. So a lot of people who have watched this video are pretty convinced it's the real deal, that something otherworldly is happening. Now I want to know what you make of this footage. Is it a genuine glimpse into the supernatural, or is there a more down-to-earth explanation? This video clip was uploaded to TikTok by a user. Seemingly captures a UFO gliding towards the moon. The footage has left many viewers scratching their heads, trying to decipher the nature of this unusual sighting. If you watch closely, you can catch the mesmerizing moment.
Oh my god. What did I just video? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, what was that? Oh, what was that?
The individual who recorded the video was evidently taken aback. Their reaction suggests a deep sense of astonishment, given that the event caught on camera is profoundly mystifying. As the footage unfolds, we observe what appears to be an unidentified flying object, zooming past the moon, almost as if it had just left its surface. Just as the object passes the moon's perimeter, there seems to be a discharge of some kind, possibly material, from the moon itself. At the time of discussing this, the original video had already garnered an astounding millions of views. This prompted thousands of curious commentators to weigh in, trying to decipher this incredible occurrence. Speculations are diverse. Some believe it might be a satellite, space debris, or even jokingly, Superman. One intriguing theory suggests it's an extraterrestrial vessel, piloted by aliens, skimming the moon's surface before taking off, leaving behind a significant trail of exhaust. On the more skeptical side, there's a belief that the object might be nothing more than a regular airplane. Supporters of this theory argue that moonlight might be reflecting off the plane's exhaust, creating an illusion of a luminous trail along the moon's edge.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, what was that?
Interestingly, several other viewers came forward, stating they'd observed something eerily similar around the same time this clip was taken. The video has stirred such a wide range of opinions that the original poster felt the need to upload another video. In this follow-up, the uploader urged viewers to maintain respect for one another's viewpoints.
Didn't mean to cause so much division. A lot of people are commenting and they're just kind of arguing amongst themselves. We don't have to fight. We don't know what it is. I think the common consensus is that it's an airplane. Okay, it's probably an airplane. The video is still super cool nonetheless. Doesn't really matter what it is.
Irrespective of their beliefs about the footage, sadly, the controversy took a toll. Due to accusations and harsh criticisms from some, claiming the video was fabricated, she released a tongue-in-cheek response, admitting to faking the footage.
Oh my god. What did I just video? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, what was that?
However, the truth remains elusive. No one can say with absolute certainty whether the original video showcases an authentic UFO, or if it's merely a crafted ploy for views. Unless more substantial evidence emerges, this beguiling aircraft sighting will have to stand as one of the many unexplained mysteries of our time. Next up, we're diving headfirst into the heart of Indonesia's cursed river on a hair-raising adventure. This one's got everything you need for a good ghost video. Late nights, creepy monsters, and 4 brave friends ready to face the unknown. The locals have been whispering tales about this cursed river for ages. They say a mysterious creature lurks in the shadows, waiting to strike its next victim, but only under the cloak of darkness. And tonight, our daring squad is determined to uncover the truth behind the terrifying legend. As they sail through the murky waters, the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Suddenly, out of the mist, they spot an eerie sight, an abandoned vessel just floating aimlessly. But you know what they say, curiosity can be a dangerous thing. One of the guys has an idea, a risky one mind you. He suggests tossing a bottle into the water just to see what happens. And boy, did they get more than they bargained for. As the bottle hits the water, it's like a ripple effect of terror. From the depths of the river emerges a strange-looking hand, with fingers so pointy they could give you goosebumps on sight. That ghastly hand snatches the bottle like it's nothing, and just as quick, it vanishes back into the darkness. Can you imagine the horror on their faces? But here's the kicker. We've got it all on video. That's right, these fearless friends captured the chilling encounter. And now we're left with a haunting question. What in the world is that creature lurking beneath the surface? Some kind of aquatic monster? Or perhaps a long-lost spirit trapped in the cursed waters? Recently, a video surfaced on Instagram that captured a police officer seemingly conducting a routine check or inspection. Equipped with a flashlight, he cautiously navigated through the dimly lit area. But out of the shadows, an ominous scream caught his attention. The intensity of the sound was so unnerving that even the brave officer, accustomed to facing danger, quickly retreated to his vehicle. The scream was hauntingly sharp and had a demonic tone that gave even the most hardened listener the creeps. Many viewers commented with their theories about the source of this eerie sound. A popular belief was that it could be the cry of a banshee. In Irish folklore, a banshee is a female spirit known to wail or scream when a family member is about to pass away. Another potential explanation is that the scream might have come from a creature known as a Drekavac. This entity, often associated with South Slavic myths, can be heard mainly during the 12 days of Christmas, locally referred to as the unbaptized days in Serbo-Croatian, and in early spring when legends say demons are most active. If the Drekavac appears in the form of a child, it's believed to foretell a person's imminent death. However, when seen as an animal, it's said to predict an impending cattle disease. Given these tales and theories, one can't help but wonder, did the officer unwittingly stumble upon and hear the legendary cry signaling death? There's a fascinating short clip that's been making rounds on Instagram recently. In it, we see a man simply walking along a path, just minding his own business. Everything appears perfectly normal, until all of a sudden, a car drives past. And then, just like that, the man seems to vanish, almost as if he had never been there to begin with. It's as if he's been swallowed up by thin air. The clip has ignited a lot of speculation and chatter on social media. A number of people are convinced that the video has been tampered with or edited in some way to make the man disappear. Some suggest it's just a simple camera glitch. Maybe, they theorize, the camera stopped recording momentarily when the car went by and started back up once the man had already moved out of frame. This could mean that the man didn't actually disappear, but simply walked out of the camera's view during that brief interruption. There's no shortage of theories and guesses about what really happened. But regardless of the explanation, the clip certainly has everyone talking and scratching their heads in wonder. Whether it's an optical illusion, a technical hiccup, or some crafty editing, it's become a bit of an internet sensation. And while we may never know the full truth, it's fun to speculate and join in on the conversation. In a video clip recently uploaded to TikTok, viewers are treated to a lively pool party scene. At first glance, it looks like any other joyful gathering, with people laughing and splashing around. But on closer inspection, something strange stands out. I encourage you to give it another watch, especially towards the end. There's a moment that's captured the attention, and sometimes the apprehension of many. Right at the clip's conclusion, a young girl dressed in white seemingly disappears before our very eyes. Now, there's a chance she simply moved behind a pole or some other obstruction just as the camera panned away. But that's not what's causing a stir. It's her overall appearance that has some viewers scratching their heads and others genuinely alarmed. This young girl has an astonishing aura about her. Her complexion is unusually pale, almost grayish, and she has strikingly dark eyes. Moreover, her dress doesn't quite fit the contemporary setting. Instead, it harkens back to a bygone era, making her presence even more jarring against the modern backdrop of a pool party. When you couple her clothes with her sudden and mysterious appearance, the result is an eerie moment that's hard to shake off. Several viewers have taken to the comments section, sharing their theories. Some suggest she might just be another partygoer who happened to be in vintage attire, but many are convinced that they've witnessed something supernatural. They argue that this could be a ghost caught on camera, and whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the mere idea is enough to give anyone a bit of a chill. Check out this trending video that's been making waves online. We've included this segment in our video to highlight the magic of optical illusions mixed with chance. These videos are important to dive into and give our viewers the chance to really take it apart. If we start to believe everything we see and don't have any standard for calling out obvious hoaxes or videos that are being passed off as mysteries, we won't have a leg to stand on. This case underscores that even baffling occurrences can often be rationally explained. Consider this bird seemingly hovering near a home security camera, moving without flapping its wings. It looks pretty crazy, yet it's an illusion. The bird is indeed flapping its wings, but they're matching the camera's frame rate, causing the bird to look like it's floating stationary. While walking in the forest, a group of friends saw something unusual that many believe is the popular creature called Bigfoot. In a video from 2008, the friends were having a good time when they suddenly saw a strange, tall figure standing among the trees. They tried to get a closer look with their camera, but the figure disappeared quickly. They were left wondering if they had really seen Bigfoot, or if it was just a joke. The unclear video made many viewers curious about what was really out there in the forest. Hey Dread Captures team, longtime watcher, first time submitter. I've got something you guys might find interesting. My name's Anthony, and I've lived in Northwest Vermont all my life, spending countless hours in the woods and always having trail cameras set up. I thought I'd seen it all until this latest capture. I sent over a still image that, at first glance, might look like a typical gray wolf. Except it isn't. This thing is massive. We're talking well over 200 out. The stance, the intensity in its eyes, It's hard to tell if it's chasing something or if it's just annoyed at the camera flash. Here's where things get really eerie. For weeks now, the woods around my home have been silent. No birdsong, no chattering squirrels, nothing. The deer that used to frequent our yard vanished. My youngest daughter now refuses to play outside, whispering about the big shadow she's seen lurking about. Back to the photo. As massive as this creature is, the truly unsettling feature lies in its claws. They're off. Too long, almost misshapen. They don't look like anything I've ever seen on a predator around these parts. A buddy and I have been discussing the image, and he thinks that this behemoth is why the wildlife seems to have disappeared. Makes sense, considering the sheer size of this thing. It could easily scare off or consume most animals. But those claws? They hint at something else. Maybe something ancient? Supernatural? Would love to hear your thoughts, and whether anyone else has reported similar finding. If you feature this on your channel, please blur out the specific location. I've got a family to think about, and the last thing I want is to attract unwanted visitors. Be they creature enthusiasts or, heaven forbid, the creature itself. Stay safe and keep up the great work. Anthony from Vermont. P.S. If you need more footage or want to visit the location, drop me an email. Just come prepared. The woods here aren't what they used to be. This is a pretty crazy picture. Personally, it is a massive wolf for sure. But Anthony is right. Something is up with the claws. I just don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. By now, I'm sure you all have seen this, but if you haven't, well, you're in for a treat. Mexico's Congress had a hearing on UFOs and the potential of extraterrestrial life, but no one was expecting this to kick it off. Jamie Masson, who describes himself as a UFO enthusiast, made a grand entrance with 2 peculiar caskets. And inside, he claims they are stuffed bodies of aliens. The bodies have some familiar alien features, large heads, elongated fingers. They were supposedly discovered in Peru in 2017 and are believed to be over 1,000 years old. Now, before you jump on the extraterrestrial bandwagon, there's a twist. Masson has previously made some, let's say questionable claims that turned out to be less than true. These aren't aliens. They are Peruvian mummies and their bodies were altered after death, says an expert from the University of Chicago. So, the big question now is, will Masson allow an independent examination of these bodies? One member is quoted as saying, "The audacity to bring those into the congressional chamber. It's all a bit out of this world." Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe, or is it just another tall tale? A Reddit user posted a mysterious photo taken by their hunting trail camera. This black and white snapshot, taken on July 31st, 2020, showcases the perimeter of their backyard fading into a more densely wooded area. What makes this photo particularly intriguing is the unexpected appearance of an entity resembling the upper body of a young woman. She seems to be donning a hat and dress, adding an extra layer of eeriness to the image. The person who shared the photo had just moved into a newly developed community, which was previously an old farm located north of Minneapolis. Upon first seeing the peculiar image, their initial thought was that their neighbor's 6-year-old kid might have decided to pull a playful prank on them. This idea seemed plausible at first, but what deepened the mystery were 2 subsequent pictures taken by the same camera. Neither of these shots showed the child, or for that matter, any other person nearby. This intriguing discovery sent waves of curiosity throughout the Reddit community. Many users felt a feeling of fear, speculating that this peculiar figure might be a ghost. But as the discussions grew, a crucial point was raised. The photo was captured on the very night of Halloween, making some users skeptical. They wondered if this might just be a well-timed trick, dismissing the image as possibly staged or a hoax. However, the original poster responded, stating they hadn't even made the connection between the date and Halloween at the time the image was captured. So, could it have been a mere coincidence? Or is there something more to this mysterious figure? As of now, without any solid evidence to tip the balance either way, the truth behind the image remains veiled in uncertainty. While some are convinced of a supernatural presence, others remain skeptical, believing there's a rational explanation. In this TikTok video that's been making the rounds, we see something that's both sweet and lighthearted. Two young girls are in their yard at night, holding a flashlight as if they're on some sort of backyard adventure. They heard some mysterious noises and are curiously trying to figure out what's making them. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Unbeknownst to them, a sheep quietly appears and stands right behind them. It seems the sheep is just as curious about them as they are about the noises in their yard. Then one of the girls turns around and, surprise, she spots the sheep standing right behind them. Startled but also amazed, she bolts back toward the house, and her sister quickly follows. But just before they run inside, one of the girls takes a moment to give the sheep a gentle pat on the head. The sheep seems to enjoy the interaction and then wanders off, looking pretty pleased with itself. It's a simple, wholesome moment caught on camera, and it's been bringing smiles to faces all around the internet. This video, originally uploaded by a TikTok user, has been generating quite a buzz online and has left viewers feeling a bit uneasy. It features a strange occurrence that was captured by a home security camera at the user's cousin's house. The camera, positioned to monitor the alleyway next to the house, caught something unusual that has stirred up a lot of speculation and intrigue. In the video, a mysterious white form can be seen drifting past the camera. It's not clear what this shape could be, and it's definitely out of the ordinary. The uploader of the video openly wonders if it could simply be some smoke, or if it might be something more unexplainable, like a real ghost caught on camera. It's normal to think that the idea of a ghost being caught on camera may sound a bit far-fetched. We all know that there are many explanations for such phenomena that don't necessarily involve the supernatural. Sometimes, it's just a trick of the light or an optical illusion. Other times, it could be a result of a camera malfunction or a glitch in the recording. But let's not dismiss the idea of ghosts too quickly. It's not uncommon for people to claim to have seen or experienced ghostly phenomena. Some believe that these spirits are the souls of deceased people who are stuck between this world and the next. Others think that they could be residual energies left behind from traumatic events. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the fact remains that there is something about the unknown that captivates us and keeps us searching for answers. It's worth noting that the TikTok video doesn't provide a lot of context about the mysterious white form. We don't know if there were any unusual events or occurrences at the house that might have contributed to the sighting, so it's tough to say for certain what this shape could be. Lainey recently shared a clip on Facebook, showcasing her chicken in the backyard on a drizzly morning. At first glance, the video might seem rather ordinary, a simple moment captured on a damp day. However, if you pay close attention to the horizon, you'll notice something peculiar, an unidentified object swiftly moving across the frame. Given the rain and the gloom, it's easy to miss this detail. But if you take a moment to slow down the video playback, it becomes clear. An aircraft zips by at an astonishing speed. What makes this sighting even more intriguing is Lainey's mention that the nearest airport is a good 30 kilometers away. Considering the distance, it's quite remarkable that such a compact aircraft could move at that pace. This begs the question, did we just witness a potential UFO sighting? Or could it simply be a conventional airplane? The mystery remains, but the video is surely worth a second look. This is a crazy video taken down in Florida. The green iguana was introduced to the state of Florida back in the 60s. Like all invasive species, they enter their new ecosystem with an instantaneous leg up on all other life in that area. You see, every ecosystem has a trophic level, something we humans came up with to explain the massive exchange of resources between species. Primarily, they're feeding relationships. The trophic level of an organism is determined by what it eats. Everything is fine until one of these invaders comes along and either fills the role of a native animal, which can lead to the rapid decline in the native species, or the new animal can actually create its own new trophic level, which just throws everything even further out of whack. Both of these scenarios are no good. But when you add to the mix the fact that this new species does not have any natural predators to keep them in check, they will just keep multiplying, making the situation exponentially worse with each generation. So yeah, this bystander should have let nature play out. The video in question was uploaded to Instagram by a paranormal investigator named Greg Ludwig. He captured this intriguing footage late one night in his own backyard. According to Greg and his family, who live in the house, no one was in the backyard at the time the video was recorded. That makes what happens next even more puzzling.
Right here. You can see a shadow up here. Boom.
And no one's there.
In the video, a shadow suddenly appears near a lawn chair. What's really odd is that this shadow looks like it's being cast by a person standing next to the chair. But here's the kicker. There's absolutely no one there. It's as if the shadow just materialized out of nowhere. But that's not all. Alongside the mysterious shadow, a flashing light or orb also makes an appearance. It seems to hover near the shadow and stays there for a short while before disappearing. Now, for those who might not know, an orb is often described as a transparent ball of light energy, and many believe it's connected to spiritual entities. These orbs can show up in both photos and videos, and I've received messages from folks who say they've seen these balls of light on their own home security cameras. So the big questions remain. Where do you think these puzzling phenomena come from? And what, if anything, are they trying to tell us? Tammy Jackson is yet another homeowner who's had an unusual experience captured by her home security system. She has a Ring camera positioned in her backyard, and if you're not familiar with how these cameras work, they only start recording when they detect some kind of movement. So, something specific has to set it off. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Her camera picked up a figure that's pretty hard to describe. It was semi-translucent and shaped like a rectangle. Even more bizarre, it seemed to move in a really strange way, as if it were walking, but without any feet that you could see. It's not the sort of thing you'd expect to see strolling through your backyard, that's for sure. After this strange figure vanished from the frame, a motion-sensitive light in the area suddenly switched on. This leaves us with a couple of burning questions. What exactly triggered the camera to start recording in the first place? And what on earth was that odd entity that appeared on camera? Now, this is a crazy occurrence. A recent post on Reddit has caused quite a stir, leaving many in its community both intrigued and worried. It all started when a user took to the platform to share a strange incident involving their spouse, who happens to be a manager at a local restaurant. A few days earlier, during one of her shifts, the wife stumbled upon an unusual discovery, a trail camera hidden and pointed directly at the back of her restaurant. To make matters more suspicious, the camera was securely strapped to a tree located just behind the establishment. What's even more alarming was the fact that neither she nor the higher-ups at the restaurant had any inkling about this camera's existence. To provide a clearer picture of the situation, the Reddit user shared a photo of the peculiar trail camera, which only intensified the speculation and concern amongst the Reddit community. But the story took an even stranger turn. Sometime later, a man walked into the restaurant, identifying himself as a representative from Wildlife Services. He approached one of the waitresses inquiring about the discovered camera. Offering an explanation, he mentioned that he had been given permission by the management to set up the trail camera, which he valued at over $500 as part of an effort to find a lost dog. But here's where things get even murkier. Without waiting to speak to the restaurant's manager or clarifying further, he left in haste and was never seen again. Amidst the flurry of comments and reactions on the post, one particular suggestion stood out. A fellow Redditor advised that the restaurant should remove the trail camera's battery. As a countermeasure, they should set up their own surveillance to monitor whoever comes back to either retrieve or replace the camera's battery. On top of this, they also proposed an ingenious idea. If the individual tried connecting to the restaurant's Wi-Fi, the staff could potentially identify them by cross-referencing the device with the restaurant's Wi-Fi connection logs. The entire episode leaves a lot of questions unanswered. What was the real purpose of the camera? Who exactly was this so-called representative from Wildlife Services? These uncertainties have heightened concerns over the safety and well-being of the restaurant and everyone associated with it.